the struggles of life as an amateur footballer to one side, and they can dream of upsetting Carlo Ancelotti and his team of superstars at Paris Saint-Germain, because even without Ibrahimovic and Thiago Silva, there are an awful lot of excellent international players in this PSG team. Well, PSG have been preparing for this game with a training camp in Qatar. They are owned by the Qatar Investment Group these days, QSI. And that is the reason why they've been able to spend more than 200 million euros in the last 18 months. And while PSG were preparing in the warm climes of Qatar, these Arras players were going about their everyday life. They nearly all have jobs. There are a couple of students in the starting lineup, but they don't earn nearly enough through football to be able to live off their salary alone. But this is a very special moment for everybody involved with Arras as they take to the field in the blue shirts against the Paris Saint-Germain side, who are in their change strip tonight and who are looking to avoid what would be a humiliating defeat. Nothing to lose essentially for Arras tonight, but of course they want to give a good account of themselves, and it's a wonderful opportunity for their players, most of whom have never set foot on a football pitch as a professional. It's a wonderful opportunity for them to put themselves in the shop window, or at least ensure that they will have a very exciting souvenir at the end of their footballing careers. Here's the Arras starting lineup, which includes Mustafa Ait Bou and Arnaud Desprez in attack. Desprez, the man who'll be looking to pose problems to Zoumana Kamara, and Mamadou Sakho. He's a prolific striker and Arras's most dangerous goal threat. Just one important player missing for Arras, that's Aymeric Daval, the very experienced defender who is devastated to be missing out. He has a knee injury, was hoping to be fit in time, but was left out by the Arras coach Reynold Dabrowski. Here's the Paris Saint-Germain starting line-up, plenty of familiar names. Javier Pastore will be playing as the playmaker behind Lavezzi and Gamero. And also important to note that essentially the spine of the PSG team is missing today, with Salvatore Sirigu, Thiago Silva and Thiago Motta all rested, while Zlatan Ibrahimovic has a slight knock that he received to his knee during training on Thursday and isn't being risked by Carlo Ancelotti. Well, Reynold Dabrowski, the Arras coach, knows what this kind of occasion is all about. He's actually already come up against Paris Saint-Germain during his career, albeit during his playing career. It was back in 1994 when he was on the books of Avion, and very nearly upset Paris Saint-Germain. Avion were 1-0 up in that game against an extremely strong Paris Saint-Germain team that included David Ginola, for example. But PSG equalised late on and went on to win 4-1. Well, ever since the draw took place on December the 10th, these Arras players have thought about little else. It must have been a rather different Christmas for these players. Also excited about tonight's fixture, and the wait is almost over now for the amateurs from northern France. Kevin Gameiro and Ezequiel Lavezzi in the centre circle. Paris Saint-Germain get us underway here in this Coupe de France 8th round clash. Paris Saint-Germain taking on Arras, the amateur club, who have decided to move the match to Calais. It's just over 100 kilometres away from Arras, but had a few problems finding a stadium. Their own stadium seats just 3,000, and they couldn't meet the security measures required by the Football Federation, and because nearby clubs Lens and Boulogne-Billancourt, or rather Boulogne-sur-Mer, were playing home fixtures this weekend, they had to move the fixture to Calais. First chance for Arras to attack up the left-hand side. Christophe Jallet, the skipper for Paris Saint-Germain tonight, winning the header. Good turn there on the left-hand side. Important for Arras that they get a foothold in this game quickly. They don't suffer too much from nerves. Kosizewski going all the way back to his goalkeeper, Crombé. Crombé, a woodcutter by trade, the Arras goalkeeper, described by his coach, Reinald Dabrowski, as a kamikaze sort of player. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on tonight, as the first ball towards Gameiro is allowed to go through to Crombé. This is the round of 64. 64 teams left in the competition before this round started, as Arras with almost an opportunity through the middle. Christophe Jallet got a touch. It was cleared by Sacco, who's been fouled. Well, there was a lot of space in the Paris Saint-Germain defence for a moment there. Marco Verratti, the Italian international, coming across to Sacco. PSG's first choice centre-backs, Thiago Silva and Alex, both missing today. Thiago Silva being rested, Alex is injured. Clement Chanton tackled by Kosizewski, the 30-year-old who works in a car showroom. He's been hoovering cars in the last week, while the PSG players have been fine-tuning their preparations in Qatar. That was a poor pass from Clement Chanton. PSG have it, though, with Camara. Somewhat fitting that Arras get the opportunity to play here in Calais, in this stadium, the Stade de l'Épopée, named after the Épopée, which could be translated as Cup Run of 1999-2000, when Calais went all the way to the Stade de France, narrowly losing out to Nantes in the final. Well, the French Cup has such a tradition of giant killings, and we've seen that this weekend. The likes of Stade de Reims, Rennes, and most amazingly of all, Olympique Lyonnais, all crashing out of the competition. Lyon, the holders, going out to a third-tier team, Epinal, this afternoon. Well played by Verratti. Gameiro now, being closely tracked by Forestier. This is Lavezzi. Lavezzi crossing, and a good take by Crombé. Crombé's throw out isn't a bad one either. Lovely touch inside from Desprez. Tidied up, though, in midfield by PSG. Sacco. Pastore. Gameiro being tracked by the skipper, Yannick Delepine, a member of the Arras team for 13 years. Poor touch by Zoumana Camara. Although he's shown good strength there to win possession back, and releases the Argentine international Lavezzi. Lavezzi's ball is a good one, and the low shot from a rather surprising source. Zoumana Camara, the centre-back, who'd continued his run, testing Crombé, who made a comfortable enough save in the end. Pastore finding Clement Chanton. Blaise Matuidi. Back inside to Verratti. Javier Pastore. Good touch from Lavezzi. Chanton with a slide rule pass that very nearly picked out Matuidi, but Arras defending deep, defending well. It was a poor pass, though. They've given possession back to PSG, and there are some nerves, that's clear, but possibility now to counter-attack. The pass out to the left-hand side, asking a little bit too much of Bernard. PSG survive. Javier Pastore. Pastore's ball for Lavezzi! And Ezequiel Lavezzi has scored in the 7th minute. It's the perfect start for Paris Saint-Germain, and just a few nerves we could see being displayed by Arras, and they've been punished. Well, it's a big blow for Arras and their coach, Reinhold Dubrovsky. A little bit too much space there for Ezequiel Lavezzi, and the two Argentine internationals, Pastore and Lavezzi, combining brilliantly. Lavezzi continues the encouraging form he was showing just before the winter break. The ball breaks kindly now for Desprez. Desprez going for goal, and it's Arras' first attempt. It's quite comfortably wide in the end, but the crowd encouraged by that. "23 buses have made the 110-kilometre journey from Arras to Calais to support the home team. Again, Arras trying to make some ground. Forestier linking up with Lamiot. Only one man in the penalty area at the moment. They're going to have to try to get more men forward, but at least Arras have a throw-in out on this right-hand side. Arras have already made it through 6 matches to get through to the round of 64. And they knocked out a second division team, Angers, in the last round. Sakho's header, the ball sent back in by Forestier. The offside flag up, and PSG with a free kick. As we look at the goal again, it was a delightful finish, just dinking the ball over Crombé. He's had a difficult start to his Paris Saint-Germain career, Lavezzi, outstanding, particularly last season with Napoli. And he was an expensive recruit at 27 million euros, but just in the last couple of months, or the last 5 or 6 weeks, he's managed to put his injury problems behind him, and he's playing regularly and scoring regularly too. Pastore moving in between 2 players, showing good strength as well to continue his run, but he's lost out. The referee just allowing advantage, then bringing play back. Reinhold Dubrovsky will be thinking back to that night in 1994 when his Avion side he was playing for lost to PSG. Problems here. Maxwell with the ball into Matuidi, 2-0. Well, that was too easy for Paris Saint-Germain. And with just 10 minutes on the clock, this is looking like a comfortable night for Carlo Ancelotti's men. Matuidi, another player who's been in superb form this season, scoring important goals as well as turning in strong midfield performances, and he met that cross from Maxwell with a good low shot. Crombie couldn't keep it out. Well, this is a huge test of Arras's character as well as their footballing ability. Oh, a mistake! And almost a gift for Lavezzi. This is Javier Pastore. Arras are all over the place at the moment as Pastore's shot is deflected and Crombie goes down. Relief for the home side as Delapine very nearly gave Lavezzi an open goal there.
Ressortez, Yann. Soyez dans les deuxièmes ballons. Force. Allez, va maintenant, libère. Voilà, bien joué, Tony. Dans les pieds, cherchez quelque chose. Sève, allez. Tony, Sébastien, Tony.
Kosisevski has lost possession there. Chanton out wide now to Sacco. Pastore. Touched off by Blaise Matuidi. Now Chanton. PSG looking comfortable. Jallet. They are incredibly successful historically in this competition. 8 victories in the French Cup. Chanton. Matuidi shot on for Blaise Matuidi. No, he decided to try to take on Kaddour, who got in a very strong challenge. Lamiot, well played by Lamiot. The cross coming in from that right-hand side. Corner, the first of the night, going to Arras. Nicolas Duchesne and Zoumana Camara in discussion, two players that have not played an awful lot this season. Competition these days is fierce in the Paris Saint-Germain squad. Zoumana Camara has to try to get a game ahead of Mamadou Sakho, ahead of Thiago Silva, ahead of Alex, or at least ahead of 2 of those men. Corner taken short, and still a possibility to cross. It's a good ball as well, and the header at the far post over. Now the referee has given another corner to Arras here. I'm not sure he got it right because the flicked header from Sakho then came off Forestier. That's a decent delivery and a decent punch as well from Duchesne. Now they've got to be careful here. Lavezzi on the turn, and he is extremely quick. Now through the middle for Gamero, who's offside. Just went a moment too soon. Carlo Ancelotti has made it clear he has no intention of allowing Kevin Gamero to leave the club during the transfer window, despite the fact that Ibrahimovic is very much, of course, the first choice striker, and Jeremy Menez generally his preferred playing partner. Jallet with a good ball inside, the 1-2 with Lavezzi, 3 in the middle for Paris Saint-Germain, as Jallet's cross is cut out this time at that near post by the skipper Delapine. Chanton. Verratti. Pastore. A little bit like a training session this for Paris Saint-Germain. You feel that Arras need to show a bit more aggression, perhaps showing too much respect to Paris Saint-Germain, as the home side can come forward now with Sébastien Bernard, and he's dispossessed by Chanton. Carlo Ancelotti's first game in charge of Paris Saint-Germain was exactly a year ago. They played against another amateur team, Locminé, in Brittany, and it was a very, very tough night for Paris Saint-Germain. It was 1-1 going into the last minutes of that game. Locminé had chances as well to make it 2-1. In the end, it was Diego Lugano who scored in added time to send PSG through. Javier Pastore towards Gamero, but it's behind Kevin Gamero. Well, the touch off from Desprez was poor. He had time to control that ball. Again, good interplay from Paris Saint-Germain. Lavezzi, Chantom, Jallet. Jallet's cross. The goalkeeper getting a lot on it, but Verratti getting the shot in. It's then cleared from the edge of the 6-yard box by a defender. Well, the Arras coach, Dubrovsky, is looking very worried because his side are losing possession quickly, far too quickly. There are the instructions from Dubrovsky. Let's calm down. Let's not get too uptight out there. This is De Barros. Out to Cador, who just loses his footing. De Barros finding Delapine. Now Bernard. A little bit of possession at least for Arras. The pass from Bernard over Camara's head. No chance really for Desprez. We've already had the draw, by the way, for the next round as PSG attack. Lavezzi chasing this one. He won't get it though. Well defended by Delapine. It's a tough draw as well for the winner of this game. They'll be at home to Toulouse. Are we going to get a first yellow card here? The referee, Michael Lesage, coming across. Is he going to talk to the Arras player, Forestier? Forestier a little bit late, and it's just caught Blaise Matuidi. Carlo Ancelotti will be keen to see his team go through tonight and to see his team avoid injuries. Matuidi seems to be in a lot of discomfort here. It's a big few months coming up for PSG. They've got Valencia in the Champions League. And of course, their main priority is to win the French League, something they haven't done since the Qataris took charge. Something they haven't done since 1994, in fact, when the Arras coach played Paris Saint-Germain. There he is, Reynold Dubrovsky. Well, Matuidi being helped off by the Paris Saint-Germain physio. He's had a storming season, Blaise Matuidi, both for Paris Saint-Germain and for France. Came of age, arguably, in Madrid when France went and got a superb draw away to Spain in the World Cup qualifiers. And he was mixing it with the very best, with Xavi, with Andres Iniesta. Jallet finds Kevin Gamero. Touched off in the midfield by Saint-Paul. And now Desprez. Cador. No foul that time on Lamiot. Just sense that Arras need to string a good move together, get something to give them a bit of belief and to give the fans a bit of belief, because at the moment they're spectators just watching and probably admiring Paris Saint-Germain as much as anything. Lavezzi, Gamero's touch a little bit loose. The second pass finds Lavezzi. It's a fairly young-looking Paris Saint-Germain bench tonight. Carlo Ancelotti obviously felt he could get the result with the 11 that he was putting out. Possibilities here. Oh, that's a nice turn, and the shot is just sliced a little bit from Deprez, but good skill to work the opening. Well, he left Zoumana Camara rather flat-footed. It was St. Paul, in fact, the midfielder, stepping up, showing good skill, missing the target. He was the hero of the victory in the last round against Angers, Jonathan St. Paul, 23-year-old, who clearly has quite some ability. He scored the extra time winner to eliminate the second division side Angers. Lamiot. Cador misses it, and PSG coming forward. Too many gifts like that at the moment for PSG to thrive on. Chantom. Verratti. Chantom for Jallet, back towards Clement Chantom. Jallet, who's done very well to hold off the competition from Gregory van der Wiel since the Dutchman joined. It's a good, strong, fair tackle in midfield, and Arras are now bombing forward. Forestier. Back now to Bernard. Bernard cutting inside, and the move comes to nothing once more. Pastore putting the ball into touch so that a change can be made, and Blaise Matuidi is being forced off it. So Matuidi going off after that foul from Forestier, and a concern for Carlo Ancelotti. Mathieu Bodmer coming on, a useful man to have on the bench. Two experienced players on the PSG bench at the start of this game, Mathieu Bodmer and Diego Lugano. Otherwise, it is a very young-looking subs bench. Just to remind you of the players missing for Paris Saint-Germain today, I mentioned that Thiago Motta, Thiago Silva and Salvatore Sirigu had been rested. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has a slight knock, didn't make the trip. Lucas Moura has also been rested as Arras come forward with Desprez. Desprez into the box. He's got a fierce shot on him if he can create an opening. He can't. He's been forced into the corner, and has he fouled Verratti? Well, the free kick has gone the way of Arras. Verratti has a wry smile, doesn't seem to understand that decision. Yeah, Lucas Moura also missing out today. He should make his PSG debut after a €40 million transfer on Friday against Ajaccio. And three players missing through injuries, Alex van der Wiel and Sylvain Armand. Meanwhile, another Brazilian player, Nene, is about to leave the club, it seems. He's in Qatar at the moment. So an awful lot of top names missing, but Arras have got a lifeline. PSG just didn't deal with that free kick, and the ball has been thrashed home by Ayet Bou. A great moment for this amateur team and a great moment for the 21-year-old who beat Nicolas Duchesne from close range. Oh, it's woeful defending. Pastore trying to play the ball out of defence there in a tight area. He's played it straight into Maxwell. And that was amateurish defending from the professional team. Well, they had the game not in the bag, but they were in a comfortable position before that mistake. And suddenly things are changing a bit. The feel of the atmosphere in this stadium. The fans singing for the first time, really. Football is a funny game. No room for complacency, even when you're 2-0 up against an amateur team. But PSG coming forward again. Chanton. The ball all the way back. Maxwell. Pastore back in towards Maxwell, and the cross shot is wide. Plenty of excitement in the commentary box next to me here in Calais, where the French commentary is being done by a duo that includes Sylvain Wiltord, the former France forward. They seem to be happy in any case that that goal from Ayet Bou has given us a real game again. Mamadou Sakho. Lavezzi. Well defended, and every time Arras do something well, the fans are right behind them. Verratti, the touch off from Lavezzi. Verratti, well defended as Cador bursts out. Touch off from Deprez. Forestier. Appeals for a handball. The ball bounced up against Zoumana Camara. Bodmer losing out. Possibilities here for Arras on the left-hand side. Bernard going for goal. It's only just wide. Couldn't quite bring the ball back inside that far post, but PSG at 6s and 7s at the back once more. It was cleverly played by Deprez. And a real chance for Sébastien Bernard. Well, they like their football in these parts. And everybody was watching the Lens game this afternoon, including the Arras players. They were all watching Lens eliminate Rennes. Second division side beating a top flight side. Pastore touching the ball off to Maxwell, but it comes to nothing. Arras hadn't conceded a goal before tonight in their impressive cup run, 6 matches. They won their first game in the third round of the Coupe de France, 16-0 against a regional team Saint-Vaast-en-Combe. They've since then won 7-0, 2-0, 1-0. And they beat Angers, the second division, 1-0 as well. Pastore getting a talking to from Michael Lesage, the referee, who rather controversially awarded Arras that free kick in the corner that led to the Arras goal. Well, the touch inside from Lamieux didn't quite come off, but they're trying some audacious things at the moment. Lamieux again, Desprez. Clement Chonton going down, handling the ball, but a free kick was given. Now possibilities for Paris Saint-Germain. Lavezzi, he's looked very bright, Ezequiel Lavezzi, in this first half. Gamero, Kevin Gamero still. Glorious chance, oh! Incredibly, Chonton missed. He was offside anyway, it would not have counted. But how did Chonton not put that one away?
Arnaud! Arnaud! Là, recherche les soutiens autour de toi, là.
Excellent play from Kevin Gamero. The ball was hit across by Pastore. Lovely skills there from the former Lorient player. Verratti's pass is too close to De Barros. And the centre-back, who, when he's not playing football, is a driver. Gets the ball back to his goalkeeper. Bodmer finding Jallet. Jallet again, Marco Verratti. Verratti through the middle for Gamero, who very nearly managed to control that ball. Sacco's headed down. Maxwell, the former Barcelona left back. And again, Maxwell. Mathieu Bodmer, another player rumoured to be on his way out of PSG, but Ancelotti has said no. He doesn't necessarily want to leave, and PSG don't necessarily want to sell him. They do have a very big squad now, though. Pastore. Pastore's pass nicely flighted over the top for Lavezzi, who's offside. If you've just joined us, you're watching the Coupe de France, the French Cup competition, the major knockout competition in France. And you're watching the Cup favourites, Paris Saint-Germain, who are not having things their own way here in Calais, in northern France, against Arras, a 5th division team, but a team that are showing some fight here. They went 2-0 down early on, but they've halved the deficit. Ait Bouhou putting a goal back on 26 minutes.
Jonathan! Jo!
Camera finds Mathieu Bodmer. Bodmer losing possession a little bit too easily there. Desprez. Forestier back to Delapine. Goes all the way back to the lumberjack, Gregory Crombie. Oh dear, Camara and Jallet leaving the ball for each other. Perhaps PSG lucky not to concede a free kick there. Looks as though the ball might have struck Jallet on the hand. Strong tackle going in on Pastore. It was De Barros taking no prisoners. It's just a little bit rushed sometimes. It's perfectly understandable. These guys do train 4 times a week, 2 hours every evening, but they have day jobs. And have much tougher lives than the Paris Saint-Germain players. Valentin Lamieux, the 24-year-old, getting stuck in there. Now Gamero, Lavezzi showing quick feet, but giving the ball straight to Kaddour. And now the shot coming in easy for Gregory Crombie. Mathieu Bodmer with that rather tame side-footed effort.
Remontez le bloc plus haut si on fait ça. Faut accompagner plus quand Greg dégage. On va l'abattoir là.
Sacco to Camara. Marco Verratti with the probing pass, but Gamero did manage to put pressure on Crombie, the goalkeeper, who's taken a blow on the head as well. He was asked what he thought about coming up against Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Gregory Crombie said, couldn't really care less who I come up against. I like playing football. It was quite an interesting response. No talk about what an honour it would be to come up against Ibrahimovic. He has no fear, this goalkeeper. Of course, Zlatan Ibrahimovic not here tonight. Bodmer finds Verratti. Sacco to Camara. Bodmer finds Maxwell. Or rather, Verratti it is on the left-hand side. Verratti for Pastore. Javier Pastore again. Really struggling, Pastore, to live up to his €42 million price tag, but has been looking a little bit better in recent weeks. Jallet. Jallet's won a corner. Yannick Delapine was in the Arras team that eliminated Lens back in 2009. Lens, a nearby club and a top-flight club at the time. Clement Chanson with the corner. An outswinger that's easily cleared. Jallet finds Pastore. They're queuing up at the far post. Pastore decides not to cross. It's a very poor pass, and Ancelotti, just beneath us here, is gesticulating furiously. Pastore can make up for it, perhaps. The ball breaks now. And Paris Saint-Germain are 2 goals to the good again. Soumana Camara, the man in the right place, onside, and turning the ball into the empty net. Well, the ball broke to Mathieu Bodmer, who had a rather tame shot a few moments ago. That was a much tougher one for the goalkeeper to deal with, and Crombie didn't deal with it very well. And the ball fell nicely for Camara. (3-1) then for Paris Saint-Germain, and that third goal coming just a few minutes before half-time. That will hit Arras quite hard. But they're coming again. They could do with a second before half-time, if possible. The run there from the goal scorer, Bouhou, came to nothing. Camara's pass out of defence, finds Clement Chanton. Jallet now. Oh, lovely flick from Lavezzi. Jallet taking the ball in his stride, still going to the byline. Chips it across goal. It was very nearly a super goal. The ball cleared off the line, and Arras really being stretched now by PSG. Excellent football up the right-hand side. Jallet showed good strength as well. Not easy this for Pastore. Did well to get a shot on target. Cleared off the line by Kadour. Free kick to the team from the capital. They're doing the business at the moment. Paris Saint-Germain 3-1 up here in Calais. Maxwell's free kick. Cleverly taken by Maxwell. Just cutting the ball back behind the defenders, and it was Mamadou Sakho who had space, couldn't quite find the target. He's a clever player, Maxwell. Doesn't always convince everybody in terms of his defensive qualities, but he's a good pro. Good man to have in the squad. Sakho's header. Desprez now. Desprez declines the chance to shoot, and he just waited too long. Bodmer got it. Chanton finds Lavezzi. Bodmer, and again it's given away carelessly by Pastore. Bernard. Bernard managing to nutmeg Jallet, but Jallet recovered well. Neither Bodmer nor Zoumana Camara had been particularly convincing in this first half, but the fact that both had a key part in the goal will help their confidence. Maxwell finds Pastore. Maxwell in space now. They're queuing up in the middle. Maxwell still. He's gone for goal himself. Too many options, really, for the Brazilian. And he certainly didn't choose the right one. He could have cut the ball back to Verratti. It's very tough for Arras because they're trying hard to put PSG under pressure, but they're leaving a lot of space at the back as Pastore crosses. It's well defended. Ayet Bou, foul there on the edge of the Arras box. Mustafa Ayet Bou, a former Lille player. He played for the Lille reserves for a season. Still only 21, so he may still harbour hopes of enjoying a professional career. He'll be delighted to have got a goal tonight. Here he is again, Ayet Bou. Ayet Bou. Holding play up, and then the ball coming back to Saint-Paul. And Saint-Paul rifling over. It's the second shot we've seen from Jonathan Saint-Paul, and it's the second time he's missed the target, but he is getting in good positions. Just a minute of added time to play. Crombie is out. Perhaps one last chance for Arras to attack here. Play on, says the referee. Kosizewski doing well on this left-hand side, trying to play a ball in behind the defenders. Maxwell's there, Duches. Calmly done, Sacco. Bodmer. Lovely pass from Mathieu Bodmer into the stride of Christophe Jallet. This is Gamero. It's broken kindly for Jallet. And Crombie claims it at the second attempt. And the fans and the Arras players relieved as they managed to avoid conceding a fourth goal. But a lot of work to do for Reinhold Dubrovsky and his players. They trail by 3 goals to 1 at half-time.